Good soil is the foundation of a successful garden. In this video, we discuss the essential qualities of garden soil, such as fertility, drainage, and aeration. We also explain how to improve soil quality with organic amendments. Container gardens require specific soil mixes. This section provides guidance on selecting or preparing the right soil mix for your confined space containers, ensuring optimal plant health. Creating nutrient-rich soil. Your confined space garden success starts with the soil. In this video, we'll explore how to create nutrient-rich soil in limited spaces. When gardening in containers or small raised beds, soil quality is crucial because your plants rely on it for their nutrients and water. Organic matter is the backbone of healthy soil. It provides essential nutrients, improves soil structure, and encourages beneficial microorganisms. In confined spaces, it's even more critical to ensure your soil is brimming with organic matter. Start with a high-quality organic potting mix. Look for mixes containing compost, peat moss, and well-rotted manure. These ingredients provide a rich source of organic matter and create a fertile environment for your plants. Composting is an excellent way to generate your organic matter, even in confined spaces. Consider setting up a small composting bin or using a worm composter to recycle kitchen scraps. These systems are compact and odorless, making them ideal for urban or small space gardening. Organic fertilizers release nutrients slowly, ensuring your plants receive a consistent supply throughout their growth. Options like worm castings, fish emulsion, and kelp meal are excellent choices for container gardens. They're easy to apply and won't burn your plants' roots. Organic animal manures are also a great way to improve the fertility and tilth of your soil, making it ideal for growing vegetables. Manures are rich in organic matter, which helps to improve soil drainage, aeration, and water-holding capacity. They also contain essential nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are essential for plant growth. When choosing organic manures for your vegetable garden, it is important to select manures that have been aged and composted. This helps to kill any harmful pathogens or weed seeds that may be present in the manure. It also helps to break down the manure into a form that is more easily absorbed by plants. Some of the best organic animal manures for preparing an organic vegetable garden include 1. Chicken manure. Chicken manure is one of the richest sources of nitrogen of all animal manures. 1. It is also a good source of phosphorus and potassium. 1. Chicken manure is very potent, so it is important to age or compost it before using it in your garden. 2. Rabbit manure. Rabbit manure is another good source of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. 2. It is also relatively mild, so it can be used fresh in the garden. 2. Rabbit manure is also known to be high in organic matter, which helps to improve soil structure. 3. Cow manure. Cow manure is a good all-around manure that is relatively low in nitrogen and high in phosphorus and potassium. 3. It is also a good source of organic matter. 3. Cow manure is relatively mild, so it can be used fresh in the garden. 4. Horse manure. Horse manure is a good source of organic matter, but it is relatively low in nutrients. 4. It is best to age or compost horse manure before using it in the garden. 5. Sheep manure. Sheep manure is a good source of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. 5. It is also relatively mild, so it can be used fresh in the garden. 5. Sheep manure is also known to be high in organic matter, which helps to improve soil structure. When applying manure to your vegetable garden, it is important to spread it evenly over the soil and to work it into the top few inches of soil. You can also add manure to compost piles or use it to make a liquid fertilizer. Here are some tips for using manure in your organic vegetable garden. 1. Always age or compost manure before using it in your garden. 1. This helps to kill any harmful pathogens or weed seeds that may be present in the manure. 1. It also helps to break down the manure into a form that is more easily absorbed by plants. 2. Apply manure evenly over the soil and work it into the top few inches of soil. 3. Avoid applying manure directly to plants, as this can burn the roots. 4. Do not apply manure to your garden less than 2 weeks before harvesting vegetables. 4. This helps to prevent any harmful pathogens from contaminating your food. By following these tips, you can use organic animal manures to improve the fertility and tilth of your soil, and to grow healthy and delicious vegetables. Maintaining soil health is critical, and in confined spaces it's essential to care for your soil continually. Regularly top-dress your containers with compost to replenish nutrients. Rotate crops to prevent soil depletion and pest buildup. By prioritizing soil health, you'll foster robust plant growth and bountiful harvests. Composting in small spaces is quite manageable and can be done using a few different methods. Here are several ways to compost in limited spaces. 1. Vermicomposting, worm bin, suitable for indoor spaces, apartments, balconies. Use a container with a lid and ventilation holes. Add bedding like shredded newspaper or cardboard. Introduce red wiggler worms to the bin. Feed worms kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels. Harvest the finished compost and use it to fertilize plants. 2. Bokashi bin, suitable for indoor spaces, under the kitchen sink. Use a Bokashi bin with an airtight lid. Add kitchen waste and Bokashi bran. Seal the bin and allow the material to ferment for several weeks. Bury the fermented waste in the garden or combine it with traditional compost. 3. Compact compost bin or tumbler, suitable for small yards, balconies, patios. Choose a small compost bin or tumbler that fits your space. Add green and brown materials in layers. Turn the compost regularly to aerate it. Harvest the finished compost from the bottom or side of the bin. 4. Bucket composting, suitable for small apartments, balconies. Use a 5-gallon bucket with a tight-fitting lid. Drill small holes in the bottom for drainage. Add kitchen scraps and shredded paper or leaves. Place the bucket in a larger container to catch any liquid. Use the finished compost in potted plants or gardens. 5. Community composting, suitable for those with no outdoor space. Collect kitchen scraps in a countertop bin or container. Take the collected scraps to a local community composting site regularly. General tips. Balance. Maintain a balance between greens, kitchen scraps, and browns, paper, leaves, to avoid odors and pests. Aeration. Regularly turn and mix the compost to aerate it and speed up the decomposition process. Moisture. Keep the composting materials as moist as a wrung-out sponge. Size. Chop or shred materials into smaller pieces to speed up decomposition. Avoid meat and dairy. These can attract pests and create odors in small-space composting systems. Use a carbon filter. If using an indoor compost bin, use one with a carbon filter in the lid to control odors. Remember to follow the specific guidelines depending on the composting method you choose, and you'll be able to produce nutrient-rich compost even in the smallest spaces.